Topping today's news, no new taxes in the upcoming budget. The F&M renew their call for banking reforms. A man arraigned for the May 3rd Fox Hill stabbing death. 2 people lose their lives in separate traffic accidents, and the Golden Yolk Egg program getting back on track. This is your JCN Evening News. I'm Dorino Saunders. Thank you so much for joining us. No new taxes. That is the word from the Economic Affairs Minister, Michael Halkitis, as the Prime Minister prepares to make his communication for the 2025-2026 annual fiscal budget on Wednesday in Parliament. Mr. Halkitis says the government anticipates meeting its deficit target during this budget year. Just over a week ago, Prime Minister Philip Davis told the Progressive Liberal Party supporters that this budget will be a promising one for the country. He also said there could be more good news for the people of Grand Bahama in the very near future. The Free National Movement issuing several statements on Sunday. In one, the state minister, the shadow minister for the Free National Movement, the shadow minister for finance, Kwesi Thompson, said the Free National Movement is deeply concerned by the Davis administration's decision to cut $9.6 million from the social assistance spending over the first 8 months of this fiscal year, even as Bahamians continue to struggle under the weight of rising costs. He said, according to the government's own February 2025 budget report, social assistance spending dropped from $161.8 million to $152.2 million compared to the same period last year. And yet, at the same time, there are reports of increased spending on travel and public relations. In another statement, the F&M party leader, Michael Pintard, renewed calls for the urgent banking reforms to be in place. This after a central bank report that over $128 million remains locked in more than 45,000 dormant bank accounts. Mr. Pintard says under an F&M administration, the law would be amended to require banks to allow account holders to designate beneficiaries on all personal accounts, mandate a clear due diligence and public notification process for dormant accounts, and establish a simplified, expedited path for verified beneficiaries to access dormant funds without unnecessary court delays. Eggs are a staple in many homes and equally as important in many food-based businesses. The Davis administration's highly touted Golden Yolk program was supposed to take Bahamian egg production from 750,000 to 27 million eggs annually. About $16 million has already been invested into the project, but there have been several setbacks. Today, the Minister of Agriculture and Marine Resources, Jomo Campbell, gave an update on the progress being made with the latest attempt to get the project off the ground.
The Golden Yolk program is moving steadily and speedily ahead. The layer houses are out of the ground and they are there for all to see. There's no need for any speculation or political gesturing on it. Buildings are coming out of the ground, and that aspect of the project, the infrastructural aspect of that project, is now in the hands of the Ministry of Works, MOW+. And as you know, all of that, there are several external factors, weather, etc., that comes into play as it relates to construction. But as soon as they are done, we are on the way and we are ready to go with our mandate of it from the Ministry of Agriculture. The birds that are going to be a part of the process have already been sourced. And in addition to that, I can also say that we are now also underway and just sending half of the 3,000 birds earmarked for Bamsi have already arrived in Andres. And so the Golden Yolk is proceeding, it's moving steadily, and the Bahamians will be able to see eggs in hands in short order.
In April, Minister Campbell said there were issues beyond the control of the government that has slowed progress on the initiative, but noted that the government's commitment to making the Golden Yolk program a success remains steadfast. And finally, in this segment, today police prosecutors hauled a 30-year-old male before the magistrate's court charged with murder. Police believe they have found the man responsible for the country's 29th murder that took place on Saturday, May 3rd, around 1 a.m. at a business establishment on Fox Hill Road, where 2 men got into an argument when the 34-year-old victim was stabbed multiple times. He was rushed to the hospital in a private vehicle, but later died from his injuries. Meanwhile, also on Friday past, police detectives also charged a person responsible for another murder that occurred on Saturday, May 3rd, when 31-year-old Elroy Roll was shot multiple times while sitting in a vehicle on Williams Lane near the Uriah McPhee Primary School. A 15-year-old boy was charged with that murder, and police are looking for a second suspect. It was the 28th murder for the year. We'll take a break here. We'll be right back following these commercials.